Hello everyone and welcome back to the Limit of Adhesion for round 2 of the brand new TCR League. We are at race 2 at Knockhill. I'm Dom and joining me in the commentary box once again is Gareth. Gareth, how are we doing?
I'm alright, thank you very much. Yourself?
Yes, I'm tipped up and Ori, thank you. So race 2 we've got a reverse grid from the finishing order of race 1. The reverse grid number that was drawn was P12, so that puts Gary Richards on pole position for this race, and Charles Rainford, our winner from race 1, will be starting in P12 with Parker just ahead of him.
All Civic front row then, no pressure for Gary. This is going to be quite a scary prospect as he heads down the hill through T1 and T2.
Yeah, absolutely. We were talking in race 1 about how the Civic doesn't necessarily handle the bumps that well, so being the pioneer through those bumps might be a bit tricky.
Yeah, and every single corner on this track is a pinch point as well. I've raced from the back here and you're basically having to stop and after you. It's going to be good.
Absolutely, as we get the green lights then and away they go. Out Ricky with a pretty poor start there, unfortunately, dropping from second down back down the grid.
Those Audis were flying off the line there. Crazy quick.
Absolutely. 4 wide almost down the dip this first time round.
Yeah, Patrick's lost a lot of places, look.
I hear clunking, and that's a King Dick around there in the background. That's Walker dropping down the order. Oh, now Tricky very sideways.
Oh,
now he's dropping
CC
down
Racing
the order.
off the track as well. It must be Chris White, is it? In the chrome car. Oh, and someone's round and been collected.
So yeah, again, there's a bit of carnage on lap 1 here at Knockhill. 3 wide going down to the final corner for the first time. Gary Richards still in the lead, but he's got one of the lesser tools up the inside of him. That Malarin taking the lead from him.
It was, yeah. Great move by Malarin. Super aggressive on the brakes. Shane Abbott to the outside of Gary as they come down to T1 for the first time then.
Malarin up 13 positions from the start, is that correct? I think it is, in fact, thinking of his starting position, or his finishing position from the first race, sorry.
Yeah, look how he just monstered turn 1. Incredible. He's on a mission.
Gary just lost another position there through that opening section, so it's Malarin from Abbott. Richards hanging on to third right now from Greening, who's just made a mistake, I think, in the background there and lost a position to stop.
Yeah, Abbott was setting that up all the way from the exit of the hairpin, so I'm not surprised he made the move stick. I think he did it into T3.
Not only these cars, but this track as well is the kind of track where you kind of got to set a move up from a couple of corners back.
Yes, and look at Shane.
It's not the kind of track where you can just dive in.
He wants it. But look in P5, it is Charles Rainford, our dominant winner from race 1.
Yeah, he won't be hanging around. He'll want to see if he can make a double victory for his debut here in the LOA.
Yeah, Thomas Robin battling with Dom Parker then over 7th place.
I think Parker just got the move on him there. There's a car sideways, that's Richards.
Oh no! Richards falling down the order then, it's all gone very wrong for him.
Oh, and a risky sideways.
Oh.
That was Messenger, I think. And out tricky sideways again as well.
Oh, he's having a miserable pair of races. I bigged him up way too much, obviously.
Commentator's curse, I'm telling you, it's a thing.
Totally. Here he is back on track then, now all the way down in P15.
Managed to get recovered without damage though, thankfully.
Yeah, so we've got a Honda, and then we've got Will Burnett also racing a Civic. Here comes Winslade as well, and another Civic. So a trio of them.
Pink Halford kind of tribute liveries there.
Yeah. And who's that in number 180? That's another Civic as well, and he's just been passed by Ollie Walker, I think it is, who's siving his way back up after that lap 1 incident.
Here is Rainford then up to P4, then he's got past Greening. Oh, and a big block by Greening there.
Oh, that was, wow, Winslade off the road. Looks like he's very slow, and that's holding up Walker.
No flashing from Walker yet.
Not yet. Wow, Parker fighting hard.
Abbott off the grass there.
Oh, good spot. Yeah, Walker now. Look at that. Parker just siving his way through up to P5 as well. Next target, Mr. Greening.
That's Greening the side-by-side with, in fact, going down into dip. Oh, and a door bang on the way in. Very sideways for Green, and another door bang on exit as well.
Beautiful car control from Greening. I call it every time, and I always wreck his races by giving him commentator's curse. But
we should just start being mean to all the drivers. And
here we go.
We need to talk about something else when the racing's on, so we don't curse anyone.
Yeah.
What's your train knowledge like?
No, I used to be a bit more into trains, but yeah, I don't know. I like them. They go chuff chuff.
Malaren there looked very slow in the final hairpin. That gave Stott a bit of a run in. Peter, where did Stott come from there?
I don't know. He's just come steaming through, but these two
stealthed his way up.
Yeah, massive
Winslade.
Late lunge on Burnett, and there's other people colliding. Oh, and they're banging on the straight. Look, Burnett on the grass, but they're going for it down to T1. Who's going to get him first?
Yeah, everyone makes it out the other side alive, just about. Still side by side going towards the dip. Brown flag moment.
Oh, Burnett just so much later on the brakes there. Great move.
Drifted down the dip there. Great control by both of them there. So a breakaway pack at the front here. This is Malaren from Stott, and then Rainford doing the walker flashing in the background there.
He's been taking tips from his teammate.
Absolutely. Maybe it's a reciprocal seam. If Ollie shows Charles where the flasher button is, maybe Charles might take Ollie for a day of racing.
In his dreams.
Malaren holding on so far at the front though. As Rainford sets a personal best of a 51.997. That's his lap of the race.
Malaren doing well to hang on with the Audi.
Oh, there's cars everywhere.
Goodness me. They came from miles off the track. So Burnett into the pits, and I just saw Gary Richards coming out of the pits.
Yeah, Burnett's car didn't look particularly damaged there, though.
No.
Here is Rainford all over the back of Stott. Looked like Stott almost just rolled over and let him tickle his belly there.
Well, I think Charles just braked. Oh, superb left foot he's got on him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Up into P2. Wow, Stott fighting back. Charles probably got a bit worried there, seeing a looming Stott. Well, he would be if he'd seen some of our previous races.
Maybe he's done himself the favour of not looking back through the archives.
Yes.
So Ash Cooper chasing down Messenger then. So Ash is teammates with Shane Abbott. Another arser.
Yep. I think Shane. I'm going to be picky and say I would like Shane to give Ash a bit of help with his paint actually, so they look a bit more like teammates. Yeah,
absolutely. The arse livery there that Abbott's running looks very, very prim and proper.
It's very professional looking, yeah.
So Malaren now is hearing the Jaws music with Rainford behind him. Just to remind you, Rainford is up from P12 on the grid.
And he did tell me that this is his favourite iRacing rendition of a track that he's actually raced on. He says this is the one that is the closest to the real circuit. I mean, that would make sense considering it's the most recent addition to the service, but...
Yeah, that's true. I guess the scanning technology is getting more and more powerful year on year, isn't it?
Yeah, indeed, yeah. It'd be nice to get Oldham Park updated, actually.
Yeah, that's true.
Get rid of that cement trail. Yeah.
From the second chicane, is that the Foster chicane, is it? I think there's that trail of cement dust, isn't there, that goes basically all the way from that second chicane to the start-finish line.
Yes,
I believe the story is that it was there when the track was scanned, so they left it in the scan.
I always forget the name of the second. Wow, Rainford. Look at this. Into T3.
Hislop chicane. There you go, the first one's Britain's, the second one's Hislop's.
Well done. I always remember Britain's because of one of the Hot Lap videos we did with Gary Richards, actually, in FR 2.0, International Without Britain Chicane.
Oh, there's a risky well off in the background there. That must have been greening looking at where they were on the track there. Rainford with that left foot again into the hairpin, a favourite spot of his, as Malaren got a counter defence on the way back down the start-finish straight.
It just made it look so easy, but Malaren's not done with it. He's got the slightly better top speed with the Audi, but it's quite a short straight. He's nowhere to go.
The widest Hyundai he's probably ever seen as well.
Yeah. But I noticed that Charles just held it down the middle of the track, didn't muck about doing any weaving or anything like that. Just a nice solid, this is the line I'm taking and you can go left or right of me, son.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So that is Rainford into the lead then from Malaren, Stott in third, Parker in fourth, and then Thomas Robin rounding out the top 5.
Oh, Malaren very ragged there through that right-hander and through the gravel trap. We'll get an off track for that, but he kept it going in the right direction.
Yeah, he'll be pushing hard. He'll want to try and hang on to Rainford's coattails there, see if we can keep him honest.
Yeah.
We're, of course, only just coming up to half distance in this second race here.
Wow, Winslow through the gravel that time.
And then Cruz going off in sympathy, was it, in the background there?
Yeah. Oh no!
Just
Kelly Winslow made contact in the first race. Kelly was round.
I think collected by Autoricky there as well. Wrong place at the wrong time, unfortunately, for Patrick there.
Yeah, looks like Winslow's towed. He's in the pits.
Big chomp of curb there for Parker. I think he basically just shortcut that chicane, didn't he?
Yeah, amazing stuff. I mean, it's considering it's actually 2 corners, it's quite incredible how straight you go, and then you're just frantically trying to straighten the wheel up as you land before you go in the gravel trap on the other side. Yeah,
absolutely. Find yourself trying to make correctional steering movements while the car's in mid-air and wondering why nothing's happening.
Yeah. David Lecatellier from the LSR team then, trying to make some moves from P9. His teammate up in 5th again, and he's having a storming pair of races.
Yeah, these two were definitely highlighted early on in those test races as 2 to watch for the season.
Yeah, excited to see what they can do in the Limited Adhesion TCR League.
Big slide for Green in there down the dip. Doing what he needs to do so far to keep David behind him.
I'm saying nothing.
Who's that off to the side there?
Is that Ash Cooper?
That is Ash Cooper, yeah, in that pink livery. I wonder what's happened there. Again, the car didn't look damaged.
No.
Potentially hardware issues.
I do like Will Burnett's pink and black livery. Team Pink Panthers.
Absolutely, with Bardsley, is it, this season in the TCR?
No, Bardsley is in Team White Kings.
Ah, of
the
course
orange and blue Honda Civics.
It's Nathan Parker, the other Pink Panther.
Ah. The action magnet himself.
Would you rather be action magnet or action man?
Depends what sort of action and how I'm attracting it.
I think we should leave that right where it is.
Yeah.
Let's move swiftly onwards. Big shout out to Dylan Kirkpatrick there in 24th as well, also new to the league. Mostly I think would race oval in his spare time, but we've coerced him into the TCR league. So these are his couple of races here.
You gotta love oval drivers coming across to have a go at the road racing, and vice versa actually as well.
Absolutely. We pop over that way, make a fool of ourselves on the left turns, don't we? So it only seems fit that they do the same to us.
Yeah, and it's a very late night. Parker really driving through the pit wall trying to get past there.
Yeah, it looks like he tried to go left on start and right on start, and he couldn't do that, so he tried to go through him instead.
Yeah. Oh no!
Still parked. Is that Burnett?
Is that Burnett? Yeah, I think it must have been.
Still parked there. Is he?
Is Parker 9? No.
Burnett does finally reset now. Parked on the outside apex for a long time there, and it looks like Parker's got past Stott now.
Great moves. Yeah, it's shown Nathan Parker not in this one, then we look forward to him arriving soon. And we get 2 Pink Panthers going at it.
Yeah, I think Nathan had some real life commitments for this race, so couldn't make it.
Yeah.
It's only from that camera angle you see the massive bulge in the middle of the pit straight there, sort of the uphill and then the downhill.
Yeah, it's quite, as I was saying, on race 1, the elevation changes around this place are simply amazing. And it is what makes it,
ride, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's what makes the track so fun. Oh my goodness me, they were going so sideways through there. I'm surprised they all came out.
Looks like Parker's found the Walker special button there.
Yeah.
Flashing a pack marker there to let him know he's on the way. Bruce does a good job of staying out of the way. Gonna let the whole pack through. Nicely done. Is that Langer's up the inside there, David, but there's contact.
Oh, keeps it going though. Look at that at the front there, look. So Malarin up 12, Parker up 12, Stott up. Can't quite see what that number is.
I think there might be an error there because we know for a fact that Rainford started on P12 and he's now leading, so that should be at least up 11 for Rainford.
Yeah. But it's showing there's a, yeah. What I like about this is that some of these drivers are doing much better in TCR than they do in F3 and GT3, and I think there's a, yeah, it shows you that different drivers are different skill sets. Oh, big nudge. Off
yeah,
you go, son.
Do you think that's because the car's so different, or do you think it's shiny and new, and so the fast guys haven't had as much practice in it? What do you think it's down to?
Oh, I reckon there's a bit of that going on, but I think it's generally just, yeah, certain cars suit different people. We talked about Patrick Otoricki and his affinity for the Skippy, for example. You know, and I'm sure if you put Mr. Greening in the Skippy, he probably can't. Actually, that would be an interesting fight, wouldn't it?
We should make them fight to the death.
Yeah.
The last Skippy standing. No, that would be an interesting race to see. In fact, in silly season, of course, all the Risky boys took the Radical.
Oh, he did,
Patrick,
yeah.
of course, went on to ace the Skippy class.
Oh, he dominated that race, didn't he?
David
Oh,
off the
no,
road
look
there.
at that. One of the LSRs, is it?
Is that David? In fact, or is that Thomas? It's Thomas, I think, dropping down the order there.
It was Thomas who got in the gravel. I noticed the LSRs were side by side into the hairpin previous lap. Here's Ollie Walker.
Side by side with Hoogervin.
Yeah.
No, Hoogervin's found the Walker special button.
I think a lot of drivers, anytime they get the opportunity to flash the lights behind Ollie, they're just like, have some of that, mate. This is what it feels like.
Absolutely.
Oh, Merrin just running a bit wide on the exit of the final corner. And that's one of the interesting things with this front wheel drive, isn't it? You've got to be so careful how you get on the power out of the corner, because the understeer that you can induce from being too heavy on the loud pedal just drags you off the circuit.
Yeah, I mean, it just starts spinning those front wheels, doesn't it? And once it starts doing that, it just plows in a straight line. So yeah, like you say, you've got to be really gentle with that throttle foot. Make sure you're not just thunderfooting out of the turns.
Big barging there going on between Charlie Langridge and Sam Stott. I know these two are friends outside of the league, so...
Yeah, these two will race each other as hard as anyone else in the league.
Yeah, and that's Stephen Greening from the Riskies getting a bit bangy with it.
A big bumper on the back of Stott there, yeah.
Got 3 minutes left of this race.
Still time for a good 3 or 4 laps then with the sub 1 minute lap times. Look at this crowd going through Duffer's Dip there.
This is awesome stuff. I would like to see what the gap is between Rainford and Malarin now.
Oh, a couple of light years, I'd imagine. Those Hyundai's taking that curve just so much better than the rest of the cars in that pack there as Abbott starts putting a nose inside one of the LSRs.
Yeah, he's not afraid to make moves, is he, this guy?
Absolutely not.
Let's see.
He reckons a lot of his I-rating comes from racing TCRs in the public lobbies, so he knows his way around one. So again, it looked like Greening gave Stott the bumper there. Oh, and Stott gets door banged on the exit as well.
And David got involved with that. I saw a bit of a bump with him as well.
3 wide down the pit straight, so Stott's just lost like 4 positions in one corner there.
Yeah, he must be fuming.
Maybe he needs to flash the lights some more.
Shane... Oh, Shane's made a brake move as well. Oh, no!
How did they all survive that? There's someone blinking in the midst of it, and there was 2 packs of 3 wide, it seemed like, going down the dip, and they all survived. Great driving.
That bang was so large, I thought an engine had blown. Wow, Shane stopped through Avel once again, though, but he gets it back on the track. Thomas is practically
down the
shoving.
down the order there.
Yeah.
Showing in the pit lane.
Thomas Robin there was pushing Greening through the right-hander. It's not helped him on the exit, though, and here comes... Is that Langers again?
Yeah, Langers on the inside of Shane there.
Yeah.
Yeah, these cars you'd expect to be really good at bump drafting, but in the Raw before the 24, I might have murdered someone trying some bump drafting, so I'm scared to do it anymore.
You love a bit of bump drafting now. I've watched all your stuff and you're always like, oh, give him a bit of a bumpy here and a bit of a bumpy there, and then you murder people.
Why am I a southern farmer now? I'd be giving them a bit of a bumper.
Because I'm rubbish at accents. And I was trying to sing it a little bit as well.
We'll stick to our day jobs, both of us, shall we?
That's a good idea, yeah. Final minute then, so probably another lap and a half. Yeah, look at that. Charles just crossed the line now.
Yeah, so I don't think we've quite got the white flag, as you say, so probably 2 to go for Charles at the front there.
Yeah, but look at that. He's like 7 tenths quicker than Millar in that lap. Parker a little faster than Malarin.
Yeah, possibly used a lot of his tyres trying to get past Stott earlier in the race there.
The white flag is waving, look.
Oh, that's true, we'll have to see what Barney shows us next time round then.
Is that his name?
Barney the Flagman, I do believe so.
You learn something new every day.
You do. Not all of it's useful though.
No. One thing I like about this new model as well, actually, on Knockhill, is that you can drive into the building.
Yes, yeah, that's true. It was sort of in the released video, wasn't it? Here is Rainford as we talk about pit buildings. Rainford with a double victory in his LOA debut in the TCRs here at Knockhill. Millar in P2 across the line from Parker in P3.
Yeah, stunning performance by Charles there. You'd expect nothing less from a professional racing driver though, showing up the hobbyists.
Absolutely. I think the rest of the grid have probably got the work cut out for the rest of the season.
Yeah. Great result by Shane Abbott there, and Thomas Robin once again, so P4 and P6 for him across the 2 races. And nice to see David Lecatellier actually getting to show us what he's capable of with that P4. He had such an unfortunate race 1, didn't he, falling from the front of the grid to P18 in the first lap.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think even in the test races that might be the first time that he's been ahead of his teammate in the running order there.
Wow. Bit team rivalry going on then in the LSR team.
Keep them competitive through the season, won't it? If you can't beat anyone, beat your teammate.
That's it.
So as we take a look at these fantastic slow-mo shots from the start of the race, take a look through the finishing order and then the championship standings. So race results, Charles Rainford of course takes the win from Malarin, Parker in 3rd and Lecatellier in 4th, Green in 5th, man. Robin in 6th from Abbott, Langridge, Stott and Walker bringing out the top 10, Messenger in 11th from Patrick Autoricki in 12th, Chris White, Ollie Ettridge, Merrin Hugovin bringing the top 15 and therefore the points positions to a close. Here's what it's done to the championship then, no surprise with 2 wins out of 2, Charles Rainford is top in the standings. Don Parker in 2nd from Malarin in 3rd. LSR rivalry is going to Thomas Robin after round 1. He's in 4th from Greenan in 5th. So many drivers entered this first round here. It's great to see.
Yeah, look at that. 29 drivers. Amazing stuff.
This is what it's done for teams then.
Kelly.
Oh, I know, yeah. Contact twice with Winslade.
He'll be fuming. So CCK Motorsport on top of the standings as you'd expect, with Lesser Tools in 2nd place. Oh, that's like Bardsley.
Yeah.
Is that Mitchner getting involved? I love that paint job he's got on that car with the lime green wheels. That's awesome stuff.
So that's going to be everything from us from Knockhill for rounds 1 and 2 of the TCR Championship. We head to Alton Park for the next round. Will we expect to see Rainford at the top there again?
I think so, unfortunately.
Yep, I would say
hopefully
it's going to take quite a lot to step
it up.
him.
Yeah.
Indeed. So I'll catch you next time.